Hello everyone, I am Soujit Kumar. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is on about Euglena reproduction. Before starting the today's topic, that is Euglena reproduction, first of all we should know about some basic knowledge or concept about this reproduction. So first we should know about the definition and the types of this reproduction. This reproduction is the process of producing offspring that are biologically or genetically similar to the parent organism. That means the process that producing the offspring, reproduction is the process that produces offspring that are biologically or genetically similar, means the phenotypic and the genotypic character are similar to that of the parent's organism, is known as reproduction. Means if there is a reproduction occur and which result in the production of offspring, and that offspring will be similar to that of the parent's organism, both biologically or genetically, or it means that outer appearance and the internal appearance all are same. Phenotypic and the genotypic character will be same to that of the parents. That is reproduction. Now reproductions are basically two types. They are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So first of all we should know about the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is a type of reproduction that involves the production of an offspring by the fusion of male and female gamete. Male gamete, that is the sperm, that is the sperm, and the female gamete, that is the ovum, I can say egg. So the fusion between these two, this male gamete, that is sperm, and the female gamete, that is the ovum, produces the offsprings. And in sexual reproduction, two organisms are involved, that is male and female. This is known as sexual reproduction. Now asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction refers to the type of reproduction in which only single organism give rise to new individual. Mean in asexual reproduction there is a only single organism involved. In asexual only single organism involved, whereas in previous, that is in sexual, two organism involved, there is male and female, but in asexual only single organism involved which give rise to the new individual. It is known as asexual reproduction. Now asexual reproduction is further divided into binary fission, budding, fragmentation, sporogenesis. Now first of all we should know about budding. In this, the cell split into two cells. If you take a single cell, that is a parent cell, in this if you take a parent cell, in this the cell split into two cells. This is parent cell with a nucleus split into two. It can be longitudinally or transversely. It can be anything. I will take divide longitudinally, then two cells will be formed. Two cells will be formed having or carrying each cell carrying a copy of DNA, or you can say chromosome or nucleus from the parent cell. It's known as binary fission. In same cell divide longitudinally or transversely, giving rise to cells, two daughter cell you can say, having a copy of DNA from their parents, binary fission. Now budding. In this, a small bud like outgrowth give rise to a new individual. What? Small bud like outgrowth give rise to new individual which detaches or removed from the parent after maturation. After fully maturation, then it removed. If you take the example of Hydra, if you take an example of Hydra, in this a small bud will be developed, which will after the maturation, after it means growth and further growth take place, and nutrients after accumulation nutrients further growth takes place, then it grow and after maturation it detaches from the parent and it produces a new Hydra. It is known as budding. Now fragmentation. Fragmentation means in this the parent organism split into several parts or pieces, and each part or pieces grows into new individual. If you take an example of planaria, okay, if we divide this organism into many pieces, in many pieces, now each pieces give rise to new individual. It is known as fragmentation. Means the parent organism split into several parts. I have said that it is split into several parts, and each part give rise to new individual. It is known as fragmentation. Now last is sporogenesis. In this type, a new organism grows from a spore. With the help of the spore, new organism grows. It is known as sporogenesis. Now back to our main topic, that is Euglena reproduction. As we have know about some this is some concept about this reproduction, that is types, sexual and asexual types, some concept. Now back to our new main topic, that is Euglena reproduction. Euglena reproduce asexually by binary and multiple fission, and then encysment, and then undergo encysment. And I think you know that Euglena reproduce asexually by binary and multiple fission, and then undergo encysment. First of all, we should know about the binary fission. Now binary fission, that is Euglena divides by simple longitudinal binary fission. Simple longitudinal binary fission. If you take the example of Euglena, that is it is the Euglena, just in the diagram, it is Euglena with the flagella. Euglena divides a simple longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal binary fission means from the upper longitudinal binary fission. Also I will show in the diagram also. Longitudinal binary fission. The longitudinal division is always symmetrogenic. That is the parental Euglena divide into two daughter individual, where the one is the plane mirror image of the other. Plane mirror image of the other means that is a carbon copy of each other, same, means biologically, or means this phenotypic or genotype is same, fully exact carbon copy. First nuclei, how it is takes place, this binary fission. First the nuclei that is present in the euglena, first nuclei divides into two, wait once, first nuclei divides into two by the process mitosis. By the process of mitosis, the nuclei divides into two, not its number but its a division takes place. The nuclei divides into two by mitosis process, which is followed by the division of cytoplasm, a cytokinesis process. Means as in binary fission you understood that euglena divides simple longitudinal binary fission. Remember it, first longitudinal, simple longitudinal binary fission, then the longitudinal division is always symmetrogenic, means that the euglena divides into two daughter individual, where one is the plane mirror image of each other, means the carbon copy of each other. Okay, then how it takes place, the process, first is the nuclei divides into two. First of all, nuclei divides, first the nuclei divides into two by the process of mitosis, which is followed by the division of cytoplasm. First nuclei will be divided into two, then the cytoplasm will be divided, that is cytokinesis. Note that mitosis is the process by which a cell replicates its chromosome and then segregate, means separate them, producing two identical nuclei in preparation of cell division. I hope you understand this. Not very tough, means not very in tough language, simple language. It is mitosis is the process by which cell replicate, means divide, replicate its chromosome, and then segregate means separate them. Replicate, first of all cell replicate its chromosome, then separate them, producing two identical, means identical, similar, identical nuclei in the preparation for the cell division. Now cytokinesis means the process of cytokinesis means the cytoplasmic division of a cell at the end of the mitosis also or meiosis also, bringing about separation into two daughter cells. It is cytokinesis, not very tough, means cytoplasmic division. Cytokinesis means cytoplasmic division, this cytoplasmic division of a cell at the end of the mitosis. It can be after the end of the mitosis, means after the division of nucleus, means mitosis division, then meiosis division, means cytokinesis or cytoplasmic division takes place at the end of the mitosis or meiosis, means mitosis or meiosis takes before. After completion of mitosis and meiosis, after completing this mitosis and meiosis, then this cytoplasmic division takes place and bringing about the separation of two daughter cell. I hope you understand up to this much. It is a binary fission. Now can see, this is the diagram, longitudinal diagram, the diagram of longitudinal binary fission in euglena. You can see this is the full diagram of this Euglena. This is a nucleus, nuclear body, chromatids are present. These are this flagella. Now what happened? After that, you can see first step we have understand that, and before that I have said that in a binary fission, first of all the nucleus will be divided. The nucleus is divided. You can see the nucleus is dividing first, then nucleus dividing first, then the cytoplasm will division of cytoplasm takes place. The longitudinal furrows, you can see longitudinal furrow, the nucleus constriction, then the two daughter nuclei will be produced with each containing with a nucleus. It is longitudinal binary fission in Euglena. I hope you have understood this much up to the binary fission. Now next is the multiple fission. Multiple fission means under unfavorable condition, Euglena undergo multiple fission in an encysted condition. Means multiple fission takes place in unfavorable condition. When there is no favorable condition present in the nature of the environment, the Euglena reproduced by multiple fission. With the help of this multiple fission in an encysted condition, means that being under the some protective case, encysted under the protective layer, Now movement decreases altogether. There is no movement decreases altogether. Flagellum throw off. Flagellum throw off means the flagellum will be cut off. Euglena become rounded, thick and mucilaginous cyst. Means in this multiple fission, if you see, it takes place under the unfavorable condition. Euglena undergo multiple fission. Under unfavorable condition, Euglena undergo multiple fission. Okay. In an encysted condition, in what type of condition? So understand. Also remember that is the encysted condition present inside a protective case or the layer. The encysted condition. Now movement decreases altogether. Movement decreases altogether means in this the movement decreases altogether means the flagellum is thrown off. There is no flagellum, the flagellum is thrown off, so the movement decreases altogether. And when the flagellum is thrown off, as movement decreases altogether, and also the Euglena become rounded, thick and mucilaginous cyst. Liquid vapor mucilaginous. It is multiple fission. I also show in diagram, then you will understand better. Then after multiple fission, then the encysment takes place as a protective measure to overcome unfavorable condition such as lack of food, lack of oxygen, drought, excessive heat, etc. A cyst wall is secreted in the form of a thick spherical yellow-brown gelatinous covering composed of carbohydrate. I will repeat it again, that the encysment takes place as a protective measure to protect the Euglena. Protective measure to overcome unfavorable condition. When there is an unfavorable condition, encysment helps the Euglena to overcome under this unfavorable condition such as lack of food, when there are no food, oxygen deficiency, drought, excessive heat, etc. Now a cyst wall. Now what is a cyst wall? A cyst wall is secreted in the form of a thick spherical yellow-brown gelatinous covering, the composed of carbohydrate. It is a encysment. Now I will show you the diagram of multiple fission. This is a multiple fission diagram, multiple fission in Euglena. You can see this is Euglena. There is no flagella. The flagella is thrown off. It become round in structure. You can see with a mucilaginous coat. That you can see this is the mucilaginous coat. This is the mucilaginous coat. You can see this is a mucilaginous coat. After multiple, you can see that daughter Euglena is one daughter Euglena. Daughter Euglena will be produced. Means inside this cyst to overcome the unfavorable condition. I hope you have understand this multiple fission. For better understand, I will give an extra slide difference between binary fission and multiple fission. In a binary fission, that you can see forms two daughter individual. In binary fission, when there is a binary fission takes place, two daughter individual will be produced. Whereas in multiple fission, you can see many daughter individual will be formed. Many daughter, not one or two, many, more than two. Second point, you can see that parental nucleus divides only once. Only once the parental nucleus will be divided, not many times. In binary fission, only once. Whereas in multiple fission, you can see that parental nucleus divides repeatedly. Divide repeatedly means, as in the first point, the many daughter individual form. If the many daughter individual will be formed, then it required this nucleus will be divided repeatedly. Then only the many daughter individual will be formed. Many daughter individual will form. So whereas in binary fission only once. So because in binary fission only two daughter individual form, so only once division of parental nucleus will be enough to produce two daughter individual. Whereas in multiple fission, nucleus divide repeatedly. Third point, that is in binary fission, that binary fission takes place in favorable condition. It is very important. Where there is a favorable condition present in the environment, then only the binary fission takes place. But in multiple fission takes place in a favorable condition as well as unfavorable condition. Means multiple fission can takes place a favorable condition also, where as well as unfavorable condition. Means in both the condition this multiple fission will be takes place. This is advantage of having this multiple fission. But binary fission only the in favorable condition. So the binary fission has some less advantage, because in nature that means favorable condition also and unfavorable condition also will be present, not at always present the favorable condition. So advantage, the multiple having the multiple fission, the good advantage of reproduction or producing its own kind. Now fourth point is the last point, that binary fission makes the organism immortal. Immortal means not died. It will be present because the cell of the parent divide, not it reproduce through its gamete. It producing through its cell, means one single cell produce a daughter cell, means the parent cell divides, then the two daughter will be produced. So it makes the organism immortal. Whereas multiple fission, it does not makes the organism immortal. The organism produce the offspring through this multiple fission does not have the immortal. They are not immortal. So these are some few points of binary fission and multiple fission. I hope you all understand today's lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. So if you like today's video, give a like comment and share with others. Thank you.